quickly. Before we get too far into this, you guys know how I am about recognition, and just wanted to recognize this person. Probably doesn't even realize what today is, but I'm big in recognition and thanking people and all those kinds of things. So let me share my screen really quickly, you guys. Hopefully this does what it's supposed to do. All right, you guys see my screen, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect. Oh, now somebody's trying to get in. So looks like Brandy, you're having some issues here. So today is actually Administrative Professionals Day. And Amy just put this together for you. I know it's not a huge deal. I know I don't want to say you'll blow it off, but try to not make it a huge deal. But happy Administrative Professionals Day. Your efforts, attitude, and willingness to help us grow does not go unnoticed. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you for all you do. So happy Administrative Professionals Day. Appreciate all you do. Of course, we could not do this without you. And you are grossly underpaid, but I know you stand the fight with us. You help us out every day and answer our stupid and crazy questions and all that kind of stuff. And I know you see the light at the end of the tunnel as well, and the goal at hand, because you're a very, very big part of what we do. And I know you like operating behind the scenes. And personally, I think this thing would probably fall apart if you weren't a part of it. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for your efforts and just continuously helping us out on a continuous basis. So happy Administrative Professional Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
Very welcome.
Great job.
Way to go, Amy.
Woo-hoo. Congratulations.
So let's see. Okay, she's saying she's having an issue with the Zoom link. All right, so give me half a second here. Oh, while we do this, Amy, do you have that iPhone jumping on here? Do you have anything administrative from Gateway or anything like that that we needed to go over? Let me send this to her again.
No, nothing really specific. Just keep making sure your numbers are in there that you can put in there, making sure they're correct. That's about it.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more apparent every day that what's going on with that stuff. Also, the 30th, I know we mentioned this before in the other meetings, but on the 30th, all that stuff is supposed to be cleaned up. Again, it's information in, information out. So as people are trying to get things, or people trying to get their numbers and stuff together, just understand that it's probably going to be a little bit off. And if you see numbers in there that aren't accurate, it might be because your people, we should start with us first to make sure our agents have put in all their agent codes in the HCMS. There was some information flying around on the VP text line just the other day, and mentioning, like, what about some of the other carriers, your NLGs, your F&G, just some of the other carriers that you don't put into HCMS or the new gateway system. And they're actively working on that. Amy, not to put you on the spot, I know you are in the administrative threads. I'm not. Anything new, anything newer on the up and come with that you know of?
No, nothing that I have heard of as of lately. We have not had a meeting this week though, so.
Okay. And I think is that ILC meeting, I know you and I talked about this yesterday. Is that ILC meeting, is that today? Or
tomorrow?
Okay. So we'll find out more there. Guys, I apologize. She said she's having issues with the link, but I've emailed and texted and all that. So we'll see. Give me half a second here. Anybody have any good news or anything like that they'd like to share while we wait for Jennifer to get on? There she is. There she is.
I'm excited I woke up
You're-
today.
You and me both. Jennifer, you're on mute.
Good morning.
There we
How's
go. Good
everybody?
morning. How are you? Good. Some
Good.
technical difficulty, right? It's always something.
Always something. Thank
Absolutely.
you for having us on. Amanda's going to hop on in, I think, 2 seconds.
Okay, perfect. And she just hopped on. So will you guys need to share the screen or anything like that, or?
Oh, no, not necessary.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So we've already done our intros and all this kind of stuff. So Jennifer and Amanda, my name is Corey Williams, president of FFL Genesis. We're part of Family First Life, which I'm sure you guys have heard of, probably even work with a couple of agencies here. We've got a couple of other agency owners on the call, administration, and about 12 to 13 other people that are wanting to build and develop teams. So just so you know, the audience and the platform you're speaking with today, all these people in here are either have teams or they're looking to build and grow teams. So part of my task is making sure that you have your monsters and your Indeeds and your Craigslist and Facebook and all those other platforms that you can use to look for recruits other than organic. So I'm constantly looking for outfits like yourself that are professional and that obviously do a good job, etc. So did a lot of digging and looking around and found several, but you guys, just your platform, Jennifer was very forthcoming with what you guys do, what you guys charge, how you guys go after looking for recruits, and it seemed like a pretty clean and pretty seamless process. So asked Jennifer to be on, and she was much obliged. So we appreciate you guys being on and your time today, and we're very excited to hear what you guys have to say about your platform and how it can be used to help us build our individual and collective agencies. So Jennifer, it is Madrea, right?
Yes. Hi,
Perfect.
everyone. Good morning. Thank you for having us on, but I am going to shoot this over to Amanda, and she's going to give you a lot more information than I can give you guys on how we work. So Amanda, if you can take it over, please.
For sure. Thank you. Good morning, guys. Nice to meet you guys. I'm the executive director here at KO. Definitely appreciate the opportunity jumping on with all of you, talk about our services. A little bit about our history. We've been in business for over 15 years. We work with just insurance companies, so it's definitely our wheelhouse. We have contracts with all different companies, AIL, Liberty National. Family First Life honestly started blowing up in January. It was pretty crazy. All of a sudden, we started getting all these contacts for Family First Life, inquiring about contracts and all that type of stuff. So that was super exciting. In January, we got to roll out a script and learn a ton about you guys and kind of the way you run your business, how you recruit, how you set your appointments, because we do offer appointment setting as well. So we just got to kind of learn all the ins and outs about you guys, which was really exciting. What we do is we actually made a contract to fit your guys' needs based on what you typically look for. It is $20 per set interview, and a lot goes into that pricing. So we pretty much do everything for you from start to finish. So the beginning stages, what we would do, it's a monthly contract. So it is short term. It is not, a super long-term commitment. What we would do is we post all your ads on Indeed, Career Builder, ZipRecruiter, ZipMatch, all those social media platforms. We have actual corporate accounts with all those. So to put, ads up on Indeed, we can actually, since we have corporate accounts, we can post, insurance ads, which is huge. I know for a lot of you individually, as soon as you say commission-based or insurance, it'll kick you off. So we do have access to that, which helps us pull more of the applicants you're probably looking for. We usually call the position a benefits sales representative. That seems to work really well. And then what we do is we have a pitch for you guys. So once the applicant applies for the position to one of your ads, we have a team of callers that go on and they actually will call and speak to each applicant personally. It's about a 5 to 10 minute conversation. We have a script, like I said, for Family First Life. And what we do is we kind of let them know, what your company's about, kind of what they're getting into. We talk about the commission-based pay, how there's bonuses and all the different structures. We do touch base on that. So that really helps us get through the people who are looking, strictly for a 8 to 5 salary type of position. We do at that point remove people, if they are not a good fit after we pitch them. So we do not do any mass text booking, email booking, anything like that. Our team personally reaches out. to each applicant, which I think is a huge win for us, just getting you guys the people, that you're looking for. And then after the person commits to the interview with you, what we do is there's two options. Most Family First Life right now is doing phone interviews or virtual. So if that's the case, you can send me a Zoom link. We'll make sure the applicant gets registered for you and everything's all set up on that end. If you guys, I know some of you may be wanting to meet with them in person. If that's the case, then we can definitely, send them an address and an email, a text, all that type of stuff. And then what we do is after we speak with them, they receive a confirmation text and email, and it will have that information for them. And then the morning of the interview, they also get another follow-up email and text. So we are reaching out to them, multiple times, which really helps our show ratio. Our show ratio is about 30 to 35%. I do notice with phone interviews, it is going up a little bit higher than if you have them just jump on like a company webinar type of thing. People like that one-on-one interaction. So if you guys do one-on-ones, it'll be a little bit higher. I'd say probably more in the 40%. And then what we do is if you let us know who didn't show up, we will follow up with an email and try to reschedule them, if possible. And then the morning of the actual interview, we also go on and we will send them a text and an email. And at that point, we will reschedule. Say someone's sick, something came up, they can't get on, we will reschedule for free. So there's, like I said, a lot that's included in that $20. And then what we do is all of our KO sets are provided on a Google Sheet for you the night before the actual interviews. So you guys will definitely always have a heads up of who's coming from KO, what you can expect, the night before. And then what we do is we try to book within a 2 to 3 day window, honestly, just it helps with the show ratio. And then after about 2 times of rescheduling, we don't reschedule anyone after that. And then what we do is we have a calling system that can match the area code of the location we're calling in, which is huge. It just makes us all look buttoned up like we're in the same area. We usually say we work with you in the office, and that really helps just to get the applicant to show up, and you guys, can do your thing and pitch them at that point. The way the invoicing works is it is just a weekly invoice. So you're committed for a month, but we break it down by week. Our minimum is a 25 set commitment a week. So that would be your minimum invoice. And do you guys have any questions? Because I know I talk kind of fast. We can always send you a breakdown too.
I think Jennifer, you sent me a breakdown of, most of that, but I don't know if it broke it down like what you were saying, Amanda. So yeah, that would be helpful. Guys, any questions?
I have
And
one.
we do, oh, go ahead.
Do you use our Google Calendar? Do you use our Calendly, or what would you use to book the appointments so we're not booking appointments over the top of each other?
Yeah, we can definitely, if you guys use Calendly, you can send us that link. Our team is definitely familiar with Calendly and scheduling systems. So you would just send over your link and that wouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
And you guys book right through for us, right? So it would just,
Yep.
you guys go through, okay.
Yeah, and then you'll still get the list, on the Google Sheet as well. So you'll have 2 areas to be able to match up and see, who's coming from KO. Because what we're going to do with the Google Sheet is we're going to put their name, their email, their phone number, the time we set them for. So it'll be another form, to follow up.
Do you have like a qualifications list that you're using? Are you pre-qualifying these interviews for us?
Yep, so we make sure that they can pass a background check. We always ask if they have any type of bankruptcy issues, anything like that, because we know that could be an issue with getting a provider. They obviously can't get a license if they have felony, background issues. So we do ask those questions. And then our script for Family First Life, I can always send that to you guys so you guys can look it over. I honestly don't have any problems if you want us to make some tweaks to it, want us to add some stuff, remove some stuff. Honestly, you guys all, require different things and want different, I guess you'd say different questions. So if there's something you see that you want us to touch base on, we can always add it in for you.
So what do you guys see in reference to, obviously the 25 a week? And what could, I know you guys can't control our interview skills and those kind of things, but what would you say percentage of people hired? So you're talking 25 a week, out of 25, you're saying 30 to 35% of those, or 40%, let's just go on the high side for phone interviews or Zoom interviews. So 40 out of that 100 would show up. What's you guys' averaging hire rate, if you know that?
Yeah. So with the Family First Life, the feedback I'm getting right now with the contracts that we have that are already existing is they're hiring about 6 people a week.
Okay.
And that's honestly with some newer agents. So if you guys are a little bit more, you've been around for a few years, it may be a little bit higher. Some of the contracts we have right now, I know are newer agents looking to kind of build teams versus being already established. So I know they're still even learning how to kind of run the interviews themselves.
Got it. So you guys' platform, in my opinion, is pretty solid compared to your competitors. And this is a little bit of an unfair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Why KO as opposed to, just all the other, I've probably talked to 15 or 20 over the past probably month and a half. Why you guys as opposed to one of your competitors?
I think with us, you have an advantage just because we've been around for so long. I know a lot of these other companies, once COVID kind of hit, they just kind of started up just because now they can do things virtually. We've been around for 15 years and we've always done insurance. So I think that it's like our wheelhouse. We know what you guys are looking for. We already have contracts with Family First Life and we, have a good foundation for you guys already. Like I said, we've been doing recruiting for you guys and appointment setting where we're setting your leads. So I think just we know all the ins and outs. And like I said, life insurance and insurance in general is definitely, I feel like our wheelhouse. We know how to post the ads. My team that posts ads have been doing it for 15 plus years. They've been started. So they know how to word things. They know what you guys want. And we're pretty straight up, honestly. We don't tell people it's a customer service job. We don't fluff them over with pay. Honestly, I'm kind of the type of person that I'd rather lose someone than you guys get them on the phone and then you get yelled at because they think it's a 8 to 5, $100,000 salary position. So we try to be just very, very honest just because we kind of been through the whole trying to fluff people over, when we first started years ago just to get them on the phone and we did all that. So we're straight up honest, and honestly, a lot of people really appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
Just, right off the get-go, they just appreciate it.
So you said that it's a 25 a week minimum with a 1 month contract. Let's say.
Hey guys,
after-
can I pause you for a second, Renee? Guys, if you guys are going to talk to these ladies, have taken the time to be on here. If you guys would please share your camera, I just think that's the right thing to do. At least be decent enough to share if you're going to speak.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm in my pajamas. I had a late morning, so
Go ahead,
please
Renee.
forgive me. So if we have a 25 minimum per week, minimum with a 1 month contract, after the 1 month contract, are we able to go weekly from there? Like for instance, if I do get 6 hires, per week for a month, that's quite a lot of people to try to manage at one time. Are we able to kind of put a pause on it for a week or two and then start back up? How would that work?
Yeah, so the way we do the flow of it all is it's a monthly contract. So you're committed to at least a month. And then after that, it just keeps renewing. And then we just require, after a month, we require a 15 business day notice to cancel out services. So if you did, we definitely run into, it's a good problem to have, but we definitely have, clients who say they have to step away for a month. Just so they can train everyone that they hired on from us. So that's definitely something we're used to happening. So what you would do is put in a 15-day notice. If you're seeing you're kind of building up a lot of hires, put in your 15-day notice. If I can cancel out earlier, I will. It's a matter of us yanking down your ads and everything like that, kind of going through the names of people who already applied. And at that point, we would just end services, and then you just let me know when you wanted to start back up.
Okay, thank you.
But we
So
can't
no startup, no
Oh, go ahead.
reconnection. That I apologize.
No,
No
you're
startup,
good. Yeah,
no
there's no
reconnection.
reconnection.
Okay.
No, we would just end services, kind of like you're just ending services. And honestly, it probably will come to a point where you guys do have to take a month or two break. That's what I'm seeing happening a lot with Family First Life, because you guys do you have a good training program, it seems like, that you really invest in the people you hire. So if that's the case, you probably will have to, take a little break.
So Indeed, Monster, LinkedIn, some of the other platforms where are ads being placed?
Yep, ZipRecruiter, ZipMatch, Career Builder is a huge one. We pull some pretty good clients off Career Builder. We do social media platforms. Facebook is a big one we pull a lot of names from. But I would say the biggest one for us to kind of get the quality that you guys are looking for has been Career Builder. And Indeed too is kind of hit or miss. ZipRecruiter, we don't do too much on there anymore. We just see the quality has gone down.
Okay. So I'm guessing Jennifer would be our, if we end up partnering with you guys, Jennifer would be our account coordinator. So things throughout the day, I'm guessing if we had questions, those kind of things, good or bad, that would be the person we'd reach out to.
Yeah, both of us. We both oversee it.
Okay.
Jennifer just recently got involved with clients, so something she's excited about and doing really well. So she definitely can be a point of contact for you. And then you always want to CC me on emails. I can be helpful too if needed.
Got it. So if we were looking, or somebody was looking to do this with a minimum 25 per week, you're talking $550 a week. Obviously, you'd have to give a 15-day notice if we needed to pause the program, starting it back up, reconnecting, replacing ads. There's no cost or anything like that at all. I'm sure if we use credit card for billing, there's 3 or 5% credit card charge or fee. Anything other surprises or anything like that that would come up in reference to?
I know Jennifer went over with you too. There's a $50 weekly fee, and that covers all your ads and everything on the back end that we use. So you're looking at a minimum contract is $550 a week. And then if you guys do have, if someone wants to partner up, we can split that contract as well. So we do offer contract splits, which is good. Credit card, there is a 3% fee, but if you pay ACH, which we offer that through QuickBooks, there is no fees. So if you're able to pay, with your ACH payment, then that's usually the better route because that 3% can add up pretty quick. But some people like the credit card points. So totally up to you guys. We don't mind either way.
Yeah. How many ways can that be split?
3 is usually the max.
Okay, got it.
And then another thing to keep in mind is so you're committed to the 25 sets a week. Say we only get you 20, we're only going to charge you for 20. So we only charge you for what we actually provide on our end. So if there's you're never overpaying. And what we do is we always invoice you the week after. So all your numbers, who was set by KO, you're never, paying up front or anything like that. So it's always kind of like a week behind.
Got it. Very good.
And did Jennifer let you know about the $30 one-time startup fee?
Yep.
Okay.
She sent me an
just,
email that pretty clear.
Okay, perfect.
This
Yep,
morning.
and that's only one time. It just activates. What we do is we create a phone number for you and an email and all that type of stuff. Makes us look like we're in the office, makes us look professional, all that type of stuff. So we split that cost with you as a company to get everything up and running. And then what we do is you guys, if you're doing virtual, you can pick 2 or 3 areas you want us to concentrate on. That usually works pretty well because I know a lot of you can pull from all over the United States. I know some people like to stay, in the same city, same state that they're currently living in. They like to do in-person training, stuff like that. We do have routers that we can put on the ads to make it within a certain radius. So that's an option too. We would just have to get, whoever signs a contract, figure out exactly how they want, their ads to look and things like that.
You guys more successful, I'm guessing. It's kind of a silly question, but kind of statewide. So we're heavy in Missouri. We've got people in all over the place. At one point, we've had feet on the ground in about 16, 17 states, but pretty heavy in Missouri, pretty heavy Georgia, Illinois, and a couple of other states, the Kansas City area. If we wanted to stay kind of within that trifecta, would you guys be able to, you think you would be able to still get the same results? Chicago, Kansas City,
Yeah.
St. Louis?
Yeah, definitely. So you just actually named off, we don't have any clients in those areas right now. So what we would do if you guys sign contracts with us, we like black it out. So we don't keep taking a bunch of clients that are in the same area. That way you guys aren't fighting over names. Because one of the worst phone calls to get is when you guys both call me at the same time and say that you interviewed the same person and now you're going to hire them. That's the worst call to get. So we would black out that area and make it just for you guys. But that area is available right now at the moment.
Okay. And in reference to my last question, sorry, Renee, my last question, I know people don't necessarily like seminar recruiting, not necessarily you guys, but agents. Is there what if we decided at some point, like once a month to do a seminar? How does that work? Is that the same program, same package, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you're just talking like a company kind of overview where you put everyone on one like Zoom type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do have a lot of clients that do that too, and they are successful with it if it is live. So if that is something you guys want to do, just give me the heads up and you would just send me the link. And then instead of doing kind of the one-on-one type interviews, we would just schedule everyone in for like the group webinar. That's easy transition. Not a big deal. And what we would do is we have a pitch for that too, where we say it's an overview. It goes over the company standards, the ins and outs. So we have a little bit of a script for that too.
And guys, you guys that are on here that are part of the team, obviously, if you guys are interested in more, if you sign up for this and you're interested in more doing this seminar, I will do every single one of your seminars. I'll do all of them from top to bottom. So just so you guys. Renee, I think you were going to ask a question. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Just
Oh,
my last question, I think. If we currently have a list of licensed agents, will you guys work with us to work those lists?
If you could just send them over in an email. My team's definitely used to calling licensed agents already too and kind of pitching them about Family First Life, why they should jump ship type of thing. But we do see a better show ratio and higher ratio with people who aren't licensed yet. But I mean, if we can get you a few set that maybe you could get started right away, I'm not against that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great question, Renee. I didn't even think of that. Any other questions? Amanda, this has been fantastic. Thank you very much. And thank you for setting this up, Jennifer. Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, so you about setting appointments for leads as well as it work the same exact way, $20 per lead set?
No, that's a little bit different. So what we do is, which we are doing a lot of Family First Life lead setting. We have scripts for like the mortgage leads, the instant internet leads. We have scripts for all of that. What we do is we charge by dial. So we have 2 different contracts that usually work pretty well for you guys. It's 250 dials for $250. And the contract that's the better deal is 500 dials for $350. So at that point, the breakdown, say you did the 500 dials, we're calling 100 leads a day and setting them for you. What we do is we make phone numbers that match the area we're calling in. So it really helps people kind of pick up the phone. We get them on the phone, we pitch them, we verify everything. Usually there's a few questions, if they have diabetes, all that type of stuff. So we have all those pre-screening questions. And then we can book in homes or we can book phone appointment, virtual, whatever you guys prefer. It's kind of different for everyone. So you would just let us know. But they are comfortable, with booking the in homes and all that type of stuff. What you would do is same thing. We follow your calendar, make sure it's matching up. We're not, overbooking you and things like that. You would send us the leads, whatever ones you want us calling. And then my team is very familiar with, calling the insurance leads.
I'm sorry, you said 250 for 250 and 500 for what?
500 dials is $350. And that's a monthly contract as well. So it is short term. That we started about 3 years ago. And it's really started taking off this year. A lot of people, just honestly, you guys, if you can run the appointment and make the, the ALP and the sale, it's better than you guys being on the phones all night. So we typically call between 8 and 10 a.m. And then between 4 and 8 p.m. is kind of the best time to get people to pick up. So those are the times that my team's on calling. And then same thing, we do a Google Sheet that's always live where there's a calendar that you guys would see all the KO sets along with your calendar. I typically, if we set you 1 to 2 appointments and you guys make a sale on it, it pays for us. So I'm hearing from all the Family First Life agents that the service is paying for itself because we're averaging about 10 sets a week. And honestly, that depends too on your leads. I don't like to give out total numbers and averages on appointment setting because you guys are so across, very different. If you're buying different types of leads, if you're buying, the fresh mortgage leads that just came down, we're gonna get you a lot more sets. If we're calling insurance, insurance leads that are 9 months old, it's gonna be a lot harder to set those. So it really just truly depends on, what you're providing us.
Thanks, Jeremy, for asking that.
Yeah, just to give you guys, if you pay somebody a full 40-hour week, that's $8.75 a week for them to call 500 leads, which everyday person, if they're calling every day, it's tough to call more than 100 people. It's not tough, but it's tough on your brain to call more than 100 people in a day, so, but if they're doing, that's incredible.
Yeah, and I have a team of just callers. So, they're used to it. I have some callers who call, 400 or 500 people a day. So I think it's just their mentality and what, they're used to. And we pay them, we give them bonuses for setting appointments for you guys, not just calling. So I think that really helps with the result factor. They want to get you sets. They're not just like, dialing the dial type of thing. They're trying to provide results and things like that. And that's another thing too, that like, if you have people who don't show up and things like that, we do reach out and do the reschedules for you, the callbacks, the follow-ups, all that type of stuff. They still get a text message, in the morning of the actual appointment with you. We will reschedule if we need to. We do all the follow-ups and, all the back end work for you guys.
Cool.
Now I'm going to ask just a question on your dialing. Are those folks in the United States who are dialing? Are they, in another country? Where are they calling?
We do have 2 girls right now that are in the Philippines. They used to live in California, moved to the Philippines. They worked with us previously, and then the rest are US based. We are all over the place: Ohio, California, Florida, Michigan, South Carolina. So we're in all different time zones, which is nice. So if you guys have different time zones, we have someone that's always available to work. But yeah, nothing too outsourced. We know that it's very important, the whole language barrier. Otherwise, people just hang up on us.
Right. Thanks for that.
Good question, Tim.
Yep, for sure.
Oh, I have a question. Good morning. So when it comes to you all calling the leads, and you said the subscription is monthly. So if you all are calling $250 in a day, the whole $250, like how much will a monthly cost? It will cost monthly for you to call the leads for a monthly subscription, I guess, if you understand.
Yep, so we do the same thing. We break it down weekly. So if you signed up for that contract, it would just be $250 a week. We can call however many leads you want a day, as long as it equals at 250. So like some people will have us only call 2 or 3 days versus 5. So if that's something you wanted us to do, we just always make sure we hit that 250 mark for you. But say Monday and Tuesday, you want us to call and, break that 250 in half each day, then that's something we can for sure do.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh.
One more question? Are we good? This is good. Good questions, guys. Amanda, Jennifer, thank you, ladies, very much. So, Jennifer, if anybody wants to move forward, we would reach out to you. If there's a couple people that say, "Hey, I want to do the recruiting piece," and there's 3 people that want to do it, we would reach out to you, get the obviously billing or ACH stuff set up, and then what's the last question? What's the ramp up time? Once somebody says, "Yes, I'm ready to go, I want you guys to do my recruiting," from the time they make the first payment to starting to receive candidates?
Yep, it's usually a week. We set up everything on the back end. We make sure you get your emails, your phone numbers, all that type of stuff set up. I do not let these guys start calling until I know there's value, because I don't ever want them to start calling. You're paying that $50 fee and then you get 3 sets. So I make sure we have enough names, enough volume where we get you a good, a good week starting right out the gate. So usually about 7 business days. And then if for some reason, we start pulling all this volume and stuff and we can start sooner, I definitely reach out and let you know. But yeah, I make sure, we're pulling the volume and things like that. And then you don't ever, like I said earlier, you don't ever prepay. So we would start setting before you even make a payment. So there's no type of, prepayment or anything like that.
You guys truly are pay for performance. So that's great. All right. Well, I think Amanda, I think the page that Jennifer sent me might be slightly different. I think there were a couple more fees and stuff like that. If you guys have something that's laid out for the dialing piece, you guys have something like that, you guys could email that over. I'll get that out to everybody as well. Thank you guys so much for your time. Sorry for the technical difficulty. I know Zoom can be what it is, but
you're fine.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for your time, the information. This has been great. Yeah, well, I'm sure some of us will be in contact with you guys very soon. Thanks again for your time.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good morning. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
So guys, very quickly, like I said, I've probably talked to 8 to 10, actually got on the phone and talked with 8 or 10. The one I was going to have on next week, the guy was like, I asked him if he would be willing to get on. He goes, no, I'll give you the information, but I'm not willing. I just told him, we're not interested in working with you, man. Makes no sense to me why you wouldn't want to have an audience of 15 people where you could explain your product, but he's clearly not that serious. But you guys would be surprised at some of the stuff, the fees. This one is probably the best price one that I've seen. And this one is the only one that I've talked to that is pay for performance. Like they're willing to perform and then you pay and only go month to month. Some of the other ones are $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 a month, and they want at least a 6-month minimum to make sure they get the results. They're making it about them as opposed to this KO recruiting. So I wanted to get those again, this opportunity in front of you guys are willing to grow and build. And again, if you had a couple people that you wanted to partner with, having 3 people, what is that, $175 a week or something like that to get at least 2 people in front of you every single week, that's not bad, along with the other recruiting stuff that you're doing as well, organic. So Amy, hopefully you're not getting attacked by dogs. I'll swing back to you really quickly for anything administrative.
Nope.
Okay. And guys, I wasn't trying to attack anybody. And if we have guests on, I'm just asking you guys, I get everybody's in different situations and stuff like that in our jammies. Just, if we could take ourselves off speaker to talk to guests, that would be great. So anything else? Anybody have anything else before I let you guys get about your Wednesday?
Corey, I have a quick question. Yes,
sir.
Have you spoken with any other FFL people that have used this outfit?
No, because they don't, it's not an NDA. They just don't disclose.
Okay.
So I don't know if we could put it on, on the VP line and see if anybody's used them. But also we have some other teams that aren't that far out of the Midwest. That's the reason why I wanted you guys to hear that from him and not me.
Sure.
Nobody else in the Midwest. So the fact that we can lock that area out and it's, in our wheelhouse, because there's an integrity partner, actually 2 in the Chicago area that aren't doing anything with this at all. And this is the best price one that I've seen. So
that's good.
And I'm telling you guys, I've the phone calls and meetings with some of these places. I mean, there was one that wanted, it was 10 grand a month. That was a discount. It was 10 grand a month because they know FFL and all this stuff. Like it was crazy. I'm like, yeah, not going to happen. So anyhow, any other questions? Thank you guys very much. Great questions today. I think that was really good. Amy, thank you again. We appreciate you. Thanks for all you do. Guys, have a great Wednesday. Let's finish the week strong. Talk to you guys later.
Take care.